Our next speaker is Yukio Hoshino. Yukio Hoshino is a professor of Chinese literature and gender studies at Nagoya University in Japan. Her research interests lie mainly in comparative modern dance history of Eastern Asia.
Thank you, Emily. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I'm Yukio Hoshino. Very glad to participate in this conference, and thank you, Emily and Ryon. I really appreciate your help. Because the time is short today, I'd like to share some new materials about Japanese I-mon-dan, visiting troupe to comfort, traveling to the front line between Burma and China. During World War II, various artistic I-mon-dans were dispatched to occupy the areas in mainland China, East Asia, and war areas for Japanese soldiers' amusement. This paper shows the I-mon-dan that was sent to Burma from the fall of 1942 to the beginning of 1943 as a research subject, because it is a large group as compared with other I-mon-dan. So I could discover several testimonies concerning it. Oh, sorry. First, let me explain the difference between I-mon-dan, the comfort troupe, and I-an-fu, that is the comfort woman. Different from I-an-fu, comfort women, I-mon-dan performers had been professional artists ever before the war. During the Sino-Japanese War, the Ministry of Army sent a lot of artistic I-mon-dan of professional performers to entertain Japanese soldiers. The I-mon-dan in the 1940s were composed of all professional entertainers passing judging process of the Entertainment Culture Union in Japan. However, soldiers in front have often mistaken the women of I-mon-dan for the women of I-an-fu. Originally, the Japanese word I-an means comfort or entertainment. On the other hand, I-mon means to visit soldiers for comfort or entertainment. Therefore, these two concepts are easily confused with one another. Now, I will introduce the materials of the I-mon-dan that went to Burma. I discovered the name list of members in Japan's Center for Asian Historical Records. According to the list, the total number of the members was 29. Next, I found a picture of the I-mon-dan at the Yuji Koseki Museum, a memorial museum in Fukushima. Yuji Koseki is a famous composer in Japan, and he took the picture in 1942 on the outbound boat heading to Burma. On the same page of his picture book, Koseki noted the names of all members against the position in the photo, makes us know who's who in the picture. There are 6 dances in it that belonged to Midori Ishii's dance company, and they included Midori, once studied modern dance at Baku Ishii, who was once the mentor of Hijikata and Kazuo Ono, the founder of Buto. Among the 6 dancers, there was a Taiwanese dancer, because at that time Japan has colonized Taiwan. She is Zai Luyue. In her school days in Tainan, she watched the performance of Baku Ishii and intended to become a dancer and went to Tokyo. In the 2017, I noticed that Michiko Komori, one of the 6 dancers, still alive and had her own studio in Fukuoka City. in the South area in Japan and visited her and interviewed. She said because she was young at the time, she honestly enjoyed the journey like going on a school trip. He heard for the first time the war situation was dangerous after she arrived at East Asia. She passed away in the fall of 2019. The group first docked in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, and after leaving Japan. Next, the troupe arrived in Singapore via French Indochina. They began their performance in Singapore. The group went back through the Irrawaddy River via Rangoon. They were divided into two groups in Mandalay. According to Tsai Rui, the two routes were taken for them to finish their dangerous mission as soon as possible. The first group went to the depths of the eastern mountain and toward China, and the second group went toward India. The members of the second group, including Midori Ishii and other two dancers, did not leave details of the route. The first group included Yuji Koseki, Tsai Rui, and Michiko Komori. According to these members of the first group, they took the following path. They reached China. Skip the page. And at Lemon, in China, the members of the first group had a terrible car accident on the way to the front line. This car accident was not directly caused by war, but caused by the steep mountain path. Tsai Rui, Michiko Komori, Hiroko Koike, and Wasa Okamoto were hospitalized and could not appear on stage for 1 or 2 weeks. This picture also Koseki took. Next, I would like to show a picture of one of their programs. A harvest dance. This picture is not taken at Burma. I saw it for the first time at Tsai Rui Dance Studio in Taipei. Next, when I visited Michiko Komori, I found she stored the same photograph with Tsai. Komori said they brought a lot of their own pictures to give the soldiers, like movie stars. Oh, sorry. This repertory harvest dance performed at the annual Tsai Rui dance festivals until the 21st century. Finally, I would like to share a video for 25 seconds. It also taken by Yuji Koseki. According to Midori Ishii, she learned the folk dance of Burma from Upo Sein, who was the most famous Burmese folk dancer. As Upo Sein had already won the fame, he was often forced to dance in front of the Japanese army. In the video, Midori Ishii and Shinobu Ogura stand on either side of the male person supposed to be Upo Sein, in imitating his movement. Let's take a look. It's originally it has no sounds. About the experience at this time, Midori, she said, Oppo-sein gave her the ethnic dance costumes. After returning Japan, Midori Ishii danced Burma dance Pue while wearing the costume that Oppo-sein had given her. Oh, sorry. In conclusion, in addition to Tsai Ryu, there are several Taiwanese and Korean dancers who participated in other I-mon-dan, such as Che Sun-hee of Korea. In fact, the I-mon-dan gave young Japanese, Taiwanese, and Korean dancers places to continue their career at a time when there were fewer opportunities to go on stage in Japan. It likewise gave them opportunities for cross-cultural contact. Looking ahead to these aspects, I-mon-dan was, of course, a system of sponsoring the expansion of Japanese imperialism. It was war mobilization by the Japanese Ministry of the Army. Therefore, Japan should sincerely face the fact of sending colonial native artists to cooperate in the war and to play a dangerous front line. After the war, Tsai returned to Taiwan to establish her own dance studio and became the founder of Taiwanese contemporary dance. Tsai's dance studio continues to interact with the Midori Ishii Dance Studio in Tokyo. Thank you very much to your attention.